I'm giving away this fantasy-themed mystery box. It contains merchandise from The Witcher, Game of Thrones, The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. I'll even be throwing in this Magic the Gathering Lord of the Rings starter kit. So if you want to get your hands on it, stick around to the end of the video to know how. A blue-skinned 15-year-old mathlete with a strict mother and dreams of going to the prom learns she's a princess with extraordinary abilities. Ruby Gilligan, teenage Kraken, delights with a clever take on the trials and tribulations of growing up. Her adolescent journey is humorously complicated by a big secret. Ruby and her family are sea creatures masquerading as Canadians. She endures a frightening physical transformation and unrealistic expectations to find her true self. The film delivers a sweet girl power message with vivid animation that the entire family will enjoy. Ruby, voiced by Lana Condor, has a serious crush on a skateboarder she tutors. She desperately wants to attend the high school prom with the charming Connor, voiced by Jaboukie Young-White. But there's a big problem that goes against her mother Agatha's cardinal rule. That is, under no circumstances should Ruby or Sam, her younger brother, enter the water. That's a difficult task when her family lives in Oceanside and the prom takes place on a boat. Ruby's besties have a plan to deal with the overprotective mother and lie to Agatha and ask Connor to the prom. And she also has to engineer a stunning prom proposal to truly win his heart. But the prom proposal turns into a complete disaster, and a bumbling Ruby accidentally knocks Connor off the pier. She has no choice but to plunge into the water to save him. What happens next catches Ruby completely by surprise. Her dormant Kraken powers erupt in a gigantic way. She rescues the unconscious Connor but inadvertently reveals her Kraken form to the entire town. Panic erupts as the crusty peg-legged fisherman guide, Gordon Lighthouse, swears to kill the monster as a scared Ruby hides. We then see Agatha finding her daughter and calms Ruby back down to a normal state. The situation also gets worse when a popular student, Chelsea Van der Veeg, takes credit for rescuing Connor. The unexpected arrival of Ruby's Uncle Brill reveals Agatha's reason for hiding her family. Ruby decides to take another plunge and find the one person with all the answers, and that's her grandmama. Grandmama is the Kraken warrior queen of the Seven Seas and has waited for the princess to return. Ruby Gilligan, teenage Kraken, creatively addresses several themes. Ruby's body undergoes a dramatic change. She's horrified to look different. She feels hideous and self-conscious. And why would Connor or her friends ever want to be seen with a freakish monster? But she learns that being a Kraken can be a gift, not a curse. Grandmama teaches Ruby that her new form can do amazing things. She teaches her to embrace her abilities, rise to the occasion, and take your place as royalty. Agatha was also taught by her mother to be a ferocious fighter, but she rejected the Kraken values. She didn't want Ruby following Grandmama's tentacle path. So pretending to be a human allowed her family a safe haven from dangerous responsibilities. Ruby also learns and can't believe that her mother was a hero that defeated the Kraken's greatest threat. And this is the point where she becomes caught in a tug of war between Agatha and her grandmama's expectations. Ruby must choose her own path but cannot escape destiny. Chelsea, the popular student, represents everything that Ruby wants to be as a high school teen. They portray her as pretty, confident, and everyone wants to give her undivided attention. But Chelsea also hides a big secret. She's a mermaid, and mermaids are the sworn enemies of the Krakens. But Chelsea wants Ruby to be her sea girl bestie. They can be friends and start a new chapter of peace between the races. The need for affirmation lures the narrative into making bad decisions. But Chelsea is a proverbial wolf in sheep's clothing. She's a bad influence that manipulates for her own agenda, and Ruby's desperation to be liked prevents her from identifying a malicious person. This is perhaps the film's most important lesson. The conflict between the Krakens and the mermaids goes in a rote direction. The plot introduces a weapon that can bring the war to a decisive end. And this leads to the big action finale. And at this point in the film, you have to appreciate how amazing this animation is. Krakens vs mermaids with eye lasers blazing is a battle worth watching, but it leads to a safe and predictable conclusion. Ruby Gilligan, Teenage Kraken brings to mind a similar CGI film that came out last year. Turning Red has a Toronto girl morphing into a red panda as an allegory for puberty. Both stories successfully achieve their goal of empowering young women. Never be ashamed of your appearance. Make good decisions and put your trust into the right people. And mothers may seem domineering, but they have the best intentions for their children. They have already been through adolescence and can provide the best guidance. But that's just my thoughts and feelings about the film. If you've seen it, I'd love to know what you thought about it in the comments below. And if you want to win this fantasy themed mystery box, all you need to do are these 3 simple things. Leave a like on this video, comment on any of my videos, and subscribe to my channel, and one lucky random subscriber will be announced on the 31st of July. You can even hit that bell icon to keep up to date with my latest uploads and giveaways, such as my comic book giveaways every fortnight. And lastly, before I go, I just want to say a massive thank you for watching and to smash that like button. I really appreciate it and it helps this channel grow. So with all of that being said, I will see you in the next one, but until then, take care.